Your kitchen, a memory-making oasis. Discover budget-savvy transformation tricks today.
Absolutely. That's what we did. We started with our master bathroom, and
Yeah,
it's my favorite room in the house. It's a great retreat. So,
yeah. What
mhm.
about the kitchen? You know,
So
the
kitchen,
kitchen is it's like the heart. That's where the family spend the most amount of time. You know, where
yes.
you guys share a meal, all that good stuff. What are some of the pro tips you can give our listeners that thinking about? Okay, well, it's time to redo our kitchen.
Hmm.
However, we don't want to break the bank. So
Right.
give us some good tips on that.
So kitchen trending right now, a lot of, it's all about, like you said, that's kind of where everybody wants to hang out and spend time. So it's maximizing the space and the layout that you have. A lot of people want to hang out in the kitchen. Do you have a nice island where you can, put out appetizers and everybody has room to stand around and enjoy time together, and then storage space and functionality and things like that. So there's little things that we like to do that kind of make the kitchen unique to your own, but very functional and just a beautiful space. When it comes to kitchens, again, when I say don't, I always say don't cut corners. That if it comes to budgeting, there's always ways that you can save money. But as far as kitchens go, like with cabinets and stuff, there's lots that you can choose from that will stay within your budget and not break the bank. So that's kind of nice.
So is it good to have at least a good idea as far as a range as opposed to an exact number? For example, you could say, okay, well, we're gonna spend maybe 15 to $20,000 on a kitchen, and try to stay within that range.
It's really difficult to do that only because you can get cabinets that are low budget, but you can also, there are some extravagant things you can add to a kitchen where a lot of money is spent in kitchen updating is appliances. If people are getting new appliances and they want to update that, there's obviously a large cost associated with that. So if I'm talking to somebody about updating their kitchen, sometimes they'll ask me, should I keep my appliances or update? We'll talk about how old they are. But a lot of the chunk of the budget will go there. I would say for a really amazing kitchen update, I would plan on spending closer to like 50,000, including appliances, depending on the size and the space, the countertop material, the cabinetry, all of those things. You could definitely redo a kitchen for less than that. But I would say if you're really going to kind of go with bells and whistles, I would probably wrap my head more around like a 40 to 50,000.
And usually too, the once the kitchen's renovated or the house is fully updated, the
Hmm.
value of the home goes up as well. So it's not like
Absolutely.
you lose the money, you get the money
Nope.
back. Now, during COVID, we had some problem with supply chain. Is this
Hmm.
when it comes to lumber, things like that? Have these things been resolved? Is it all clear? People can renovate and get material very easily these days?
We don't have issues with supply chain. The cost of everything has gone up tremendously, which is probably why my kitchen number is higher than what you said. Unfortunately, the cost of, plywood, drywall, all of those things has gone up considerably. So the cost for those projects is a little bit more. Inflation has kind of hit every industry, but at least the supply chain isn't as bad as it was before.
Right.
So that's good. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, we've all seen those TV shows, where they're showing you from start to finish and all sparkle. Now, you are the actual TV show, but in reality, you're doing things in real life, what you're showing on those, home TV shows. How does
Yeah.
those TV shows stack up with what you're doing on a daily basis?
Well, I can say, obviously a lot of TV shows, are kind of scripted or whatever, but the reality is when you're digging into a house, you are typically going to find some kind of issue behind the walls. So I find, with every episode, there's always like an issue that they have to, overcome, or something that wasn't within the budget. That actually is pretty standard in real life. Sometimes it may not be a problem or a broken pipe or whatever, but someone may change their mind. Sometimes
Right.
we'll take down walls, and especially in condos, we do a lot of work in condominiums, and we'll take down a wall and there will be a stack that says on the plans it was in one place, but in actuality it's somewhere else. Like, those things actually do happen. And you have to expect that with any renovation, that something's going to come up or it's not going to fit properly or whatever. But that's just kind of part of the process, and we figure it out all the time, and it always works out in the end. So,
Do you think about maybe starting your own TV shows of home remodeling?
oh, listen, some days I wish someone was following me around with a camera, because some of the stuff that we see, especially in renovations, like previous DIY nightmares, I would love to document it and say, I'm really happy your house didn't burn down because of the way someone wired something or whatever. Listen, it would be it would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun.
Any story you can share with us?
I can share a couple. So recently we were doing a renovation, and again, it started small and then it was, oh, and can you do this and can you do that? We ended up remodeling an entire townhouse, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, both bathrooms except for the master. So a bathroom and a half, whatever. We did all the flooring, all of the trim, the kitchen, everything. Well, in discovering when we were pulling up the flooring and getting ready to put down the new flooring, there was a spot that looked a little moldy in the back of a closet. Turned out that was the old laundry closet. And the previous owners had moved the washer and dryer into the garage so that they could use that closet for storage space. And they actually just turned all the fixtures around inside of the wall. It wasn't done properly, so it had been leaking slowly for years. They had like a major issue with a leak in the wall, and the electrical wasn't done properly. So the electrical wires weren't run properly in the wall. They were completely exposed. And the owner of the house is a firefighter. So he was like, oh my gosh, please fix it now. So needless to say, we opened up the wall and took care of it.